John is a bona fide Beng. Okay, he is a bona fide Beng.
I didn't even connect it to being an Beng until you mentioned it. But actually, you're right. He is an Beng. No, he is. If you watch the film, he's a total Beng.
Hey, Ronny.
Good to see you again. What a nice Xiongzang.
Thank you for noticing. Congratulations from like JB, Singapore boy, from Fuchun Primary School, Pioneer Secondary School, Pioneer JC to a freaking Marvel movie set. Come on, like.
It's okay. 不敢当. This is just a small role.
Tell me what was it like on set? I mean, it's a big deal, man.
I mean, for all the reasons you just said, obviously, was super cool to be asked to be a part of it. Being in a blockbuster Marvel movie is a really cool experience. They're a great company. They know how to make cool stuff. They have a history of it, and they're trusted to do it. And I think they did it again with this one. And obviously, great to be on set with screen legends, Tony Leung, Michelle Yeoh, Ben Kingsley, and my good friends with Aquafina, Simu, and Manga and Florian. So that's the obvious stuff. But I think the less obvious stuff is that we made this film at the peak of the pandemic, and so everything kind of shut down. Literally, the world shut down as we were in production. And so I was 5 minutes from set. I was in costume, hair, makeup, everything. And then we shut down production. Yeah, to me, that's the biggest takeaway from this was like the kind of like overcoming the odds and persevering through it and figuring out how to film it. Marvel having the will and the resources to figure out how to film during a pandemic. And so on set, it was cool because it was like, not just for the reasons I said above, but because we were the only ones in the world in production, I think. And so we were all very thankful.
So I want to quickly jump into the fact that John is a bona fide Beng, okay? He is a bona fide Beng. I want to know how much of his styling, how much of his mannerism was all you, Ronny Chieng.
I can't take credit for the styling and the costume. That's very talented director and production designer and costume designer Kim and hair and makeup. But now I didn't even connect it to being an Beng until you mentioned it. But actually, you're right. He is an Beng. No, he is. If you watch the film, he's a total Beng.
He is.
I can't even give away spoilers as to what he does. But even his job is super Beng. I was speaking Chinese in it. And at one point, I dropped Bahasa Melayu in there as well.
Did you talk to Dustin about sort of adding that in, or was it like sort of, I want to represent that Asians are Southeast Asians as well?
Well, the Chinese part, they wrote it in. And so I did the scenes in English and Chinese. They didn't know which one would play well. So I just did it in both. And so having that, but it's in Singapore, that's how we roll, man. We just go in and out, 有时候讲华语，有时候讲英文, and we just go in and out of that. So the actual world, now that you mention it, that world, that the scene that I'm in, Destin said he wanted it to have a very international flavor, which is what Southeast Asia is. It's this melting pot of culture and language. And so the fact that my accent isn't the traditional Chinese accent, like Destin liked that. He was like, yeah, we want this place to have an international feel, not just a specific country. So I was working with Chinese translators, and to their credit, they wouldn't try to change the accent too much. They said the accent actually fits the character. So I guess you're right. There is something there, that of this idea of this guy who's a bit more cosmopolitan and international, right? Because Chinese people have different accents too, and I think that's really cool to showcase on screen.
Is this what you wanted?
Hey, you gotta send me the name of that. I want my wife loves Cheong Sam as well. Is it made in Singapore?
Gosh, yes. I will personally send you a name of who makes my Cheong Sams.
Yeah, please.
No problem.